Hello, welcome to Casting Rolls. We're a bunch of good friends and theater nerds playing a little Daggerheart. We're so thankful that you joined us for the third episode of our interlude. If you like the show, please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And if you want to find more of our content, we post everything on YouTube on Fridays. But without any further ado, we'll go ahead and start the show. So in the last few hours, your unlikely group has come together due to an unsolved murder at the dockyards in the Iron Mount of Alyria. While there, you discovered cargo on a ship supposedly delivered from Eldritch Peak, but instead had picked up some secret and now missing cargo in Hightower, which I said Highwall 37 times in the last session. You followed a lead towards Club Eurydice and on the way witnessed an assassination attempt on Simona Ling, the populist firebrand who calls out those in high and what she deems unearned places of power. You arrived at Club Eurydice, a club where traded secrets are more valuable than gold, and with some subterfuge and appeasement of a bachelorette party, earned yourselves an audience with Soren Nerida, the proprietor of the club and leader of the rogues in Alyria. A man who once fought on the side of darkness, found his body and soul ripped into pieces and was put back together with one act of mercy. His life returned to his own control, and here he sits like a spider at the center of a vast web of information, guiding the Robin Hood organization of the rogues to do good in a world where that is increasingly difficult. His ashen face is cracked with lightning and with bluish black His ashen face, cracked with lightning-shaped bluish-black scars, leans back into the shadows for a moment, and the dull glow from the scars emanates from the darkness. A flash of light briefly bursts through as he lights a cigarette and pushes the box of them over towards the group. An aide appears out of the darkness, and he leans to them. "Get a round of drinks for the group." And turning back to you, he waves a hand, clearing some of the smoke as he leans back into the light. "Apologies about the drinks. They'll be a little warm. Our icebox is on the fritz today." Taking a puff, he blows a cloud up into the high rafters of the VIP chamber, hits a switch, and suddenly the sounds of the club fade to a dull background rumble. "So, what brings an aide to a member of the hall, 2 reporters, a ruffian, and an information broker into my club tonight?"
I take
That would
a
be
cigarette.
a dead body.
A dead body. At the dockyards.
Uh-huh.
Anything important about this dead body?
Besides the not breathing part.
Josh, I would like to use a hope and information broker and disarming smile.
I think you can only use one at a time.
Okay, fine. I'll use disarming smile.
Okay. What are you trying to accomplish?
I'm gonna bring him up to speed on why we're here.
Okay.
But with disclosing as little information as possible and imply that like we're happy to trade back and forth. Like what you might know, what you know, and what we might know might not be the same thing. We'll be happy to like do one for one, so to speak.
Sure. Yep. Go ahead and roll.
But don't give him too much, because Philip already gave him a lot,
Yeah.
and I gave him a lot. So don't be
It's a
too
dead
cool
body.
with him.
That's not a lot.
Make it.
I'm saying so much information, and you gave him a full ledger.
You do give him the ledger, yeah.
So yeah, so we he actually owes us a little bit right now. What are you doing?
Yeah. Make a presence check, Karen.
All right.
And then you can add your +2 for your disarming smile.
You'll be making an opposed roll against Scout.
And Soren Nerida, so Soren gets advantage on the roll thanks to Scout.
No, Scout, why would you fuck me like this? Why would you do that?
That's a 18 on fear.
18 with fear. Okay, I get a fear. And as you're kind of recounting this, the aide reappears and drinks are put out before you. And they are kind of some kind of mixed drink with like a whiskey or bourbon or something. But any drinks that you take, you do notice that they are room temperature, where they probably would normally be served cold. And Soren kind of leans back. Well, it does seem that you all have found yourselves in the middle of something larger than just Dockmaster's murder. I'll give you this free of charge, of course. The Dockmaster was a frequent patron of Club Eurydice, but any gambling debts that he received would not have been here. We do not trade in gold, as you may have discovered. There are less scrupulous gambling halls all over the theater district, and it would be difficult to pin down exactly where that debt may be. Are you sure that's why he was murdered?
I mean,
We have different theories.
He kind of leans back. Well, I can, if you let me in on your theories, I can provide information that may move one way or the other, depending.
Josh,
Philip looks at Quinn.
this whole time I want to be standing like behind Quinn as much as possible.
Okay.
Like he's the only one tall enough to block anything, so I'm trying to like not be noticed behind him.
Oh no, the only one that's tall enough in this group is Jumbo.
I don't want to hide behind him. Okay, I'll hide behind him. I'm like, I want to be like, yeah, kind of tucked behind him best I can.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So he kind of is looking at you expectantly as he takes a sip of his drink, and lights the cigarette. You get the sense that like this is a man of endless patience. Like he's not at the least bit. Like you've walked into him with like a feeling of we need to solve this murder tonight. Like this is a big deal. And he seems to think that this is just another Friday night in Club Eurydice.
I will, if I may connect dots, I will point out that my dog started chugging water when I started to speak. And I lose my train of thought. Okay, so I told him about the Zephyr site, and how that was on the ship, and I think that's what was stolen. And I think that that's what he was working with the Ring of Blades. So that's going to the Ring of Blades. And I have a big suspicion that that's what was used. They attacked, or at least were hired to attack, do that attack tonight where it was confirmed that Zephyrite crystals were used. And that if that assassination plot did not work, then there will be another one, or on her, or there's something bigger, because that was not nearly enough Zephyrite used, from what I remember, to be as much as should have been on the ship.
Yeah, the guy only had like one crystal on him, and you guys know that it was.
So that's that's enough to like blow up the Capitol building or something, right?
So he kind of leans back and he says, "Well, if the Ring of Blades were involved, I can't imagine that far behind them might be the lapdogs Voxfer's High. They seem to have been working in close contact with one another recently. Do you know much about this organization or their relationship to anybody in present power?" Yes, Carrick. You would know. Interestingly, Vox Veritae you would know about them like in the shadows, like this group that seems to be shaking and moving and like leaving their mark in places. But surprisingly, like they hold a lot of their cards close to the chest, so they don't deal with like the traditional information brokers. They seem to like, and you're not sure why. Like any other criminal organization is going to go through the channels that you're accustomed to working within. But Vox Veritae does not do that.
I'm gonna take like an elegant sip from the drink, and like lean back in the chair, and say like, well, they're a very secretive bunch, those Vox Veritae, and I certainly can relate to wanting to play one or two secrets close to the vest, but as far as what their motivations might be, I'm not entirely sure. My suspicion is that the Dockmaster was actually an individual who didn't die for his gambling debts. He died because he was a loose end to something far larger. And
oh yeah, he was definitely a cleanup killing, because he's the one who arranged for them to raid the dock. So he's the only one who actually saw the people who offloaded the cargo.
Why the hell do you sound like that?
I'm. How close are you're still hiding behind?
You guys
I'm
are
like standing behind him.
You're all within like
I'm like looking at you like
you're close.
like
You're all
we're in
close
the same
distances of each other. Yeah.
I'm gonna reach behind and like pat you reassuring on like the knee, and like look up, and I'm gonna be like, sometimes it's very reassuring for someone to simply be a shoe shiner, and I can tell that present company sees me for what I really am, and it would be pointless for me to hide that in front of the rest of you.
He kind of like taps something next to his side, and you see like suddenly like this like web of magical lines kind of light up behind him that travel around the room in the chamber, and suddenly like he like thumbs one, and you hear distinctly a conversation happening at the roulette wheel between what was her name?
The political woman.
The political one, Lucius Lorne, and some random other person, and they're talking about the passage of a bill that going through the Hall of Voices that would give more funding to the military branch, and how Iris Corday, even though she is vehemently opposing that, it's clear that there's fractures happening within her party, that some are thinking with the current landscape of the world that may be necessary to empower the military with a little bit more strength. And he thumbs the cord again, and it goes silent. He says, there's very little that occurs in Club Eurydice that I'm not quite aware of. And there are very few people who work within the back alleys of Anavir that I do not know. Carrig, you may not be the only one that I recognize truth in. And he kind of glances around at each of you. Yes, if Vox Veritae is involved, there's a reason that they hold things close to their chest. And it has nothing to do with political acumen or intelligence, but everything to do with revolutionary zeal. They are zealots who find it difficult to maneuver with those who even partially disagree with them. Once, I worked very closely with several members of Vox Veritae, back when they were part of a group called Vox Populi, who now sits in the Hall of Voices as the essential power guiding this realm and its current political landscape. But they weren't happy with, as some may be, when you get legitimacy, they thrive in being illegitimate. It gives them their power.
I despise dealing with zealots. Money and information squeaks when it comes out of them.
Well, the current form of Vox Veritae, it may more often bleed or burn.
They should bring a salve for that.
Now, each of you probably has something to gain from the initial goal of your evening of solving a crime. But I think you may find that if you can uncover whatever truth that crime was hiding, your ladder may ascend further and faster. And it would be helpful to have a friend such as me as you reach those places, I would think.
Oh, assuredly. Please let me know if your staff ever need their boots shined.
We usually do that in-house, Carrick, but I'm always out for outsourcing.
I'm an open contractor.
So your steps, it seems, are to find where that missing cargo of Zephrysite has gone.
Or even just where it might have stopped along the way. We're not entirely sure where it ended up next.
Or who helped it along the way, what direction it may have gone, who it's going to, what they're going to do with it. Any of those things would be helpful.
Well,
I don't think you're going to simply spend it in a cautious and reasonable manner. I think this is very much a all-in-one-go kind of a ordeal.
Well, if you hang around here long enough, there's something about Club Eurydice and the information that can be gathered here that often the right people will walk in at the opportune times. Look for anyone out of place, I would think. But other than connection, I'm not sure. My information has been slightly shadowed on this particular piece of movement in Anavir this evening, which tells me that those working in the shadows are quite comfortable with doing so without aid.
Is there any area that normally has activity that didn't tonight?
Good question. Kind of leans back and ponders for a moment. There's a transportation thoroughfare that runs through the southern part of the city. It's often used by smugglers to move goods from the Iron Mount through to various locations within the theater district, into the Palisades, even up into the Capitol Hill if they're working with the right people, like a certain undersecretary, perhaps. That line normally operates fairly openly at the beginning of a weekend as people are out celebrating their work week. It has been rather quiet this evening.
I'm also wondering if you wouldn't happen to have a way to point us in the direction of someone who is knowledgeable in the area of mining Zephrysite.
A little story about myself, I suppose. That I died in a Zephrysite mine.
Do you recall how you dowsed or divined its location?
Well, at the time I was working for an organization that was keen on finding quicksilver and Zephrysite veins. But there wasn't enough in Feldspar at that time to lead to any kind of positive outcome that they were looking for. So instead, I think they turned their attention to that island, Noavia. Most of the Zephrysite comes through Hightower, although with the Azalorians now on the world stage again, as it were, they've are much more freely given that they dig up from the bottom of the ocean. It doesn't come with the the added threat of a Noavian strike force finding you in the dark at night.
I've been thinking, how explosive is Zephyrite?
Well, it's not in itself dangerous at all. It is a inert mineral for the most part, but it is potential in stone. It has a unique property that allows it to channel magic. If you put a spell into it, it has the ability to compound its effects multiple times over. A single crystal of Zephyrite may empower a spell to 2 or 3 times its abilities. A barrel of Zephyrite could take the most simple of spells and make it quite catastrophic.
Because I'm just thinking that if they're against the government and big signs of authority, there's a really big ship in the air that would make a nice boom.
I think they would find it quite difficult to attack the Foresight. That ship gives me no end of personal fears. I don't know much about its construction, but I do know that it knows what I'm thinking probably before I do. And I don't think that you should trust an inanimate object that knows your thoughts, do you?
No.
And I can't...
I don't trust an animate object that knows my thoughts.
That's true. But I would imagine it'd be very difficult for even an organization as skilled as the Ring of Blades to board that ship with any kind of ill intent, without being blasted out of the sky before they arrived.
Josh, I have a question.
Yes. Oh. Yes.
No. Hi. It's not a
GM stepping out.
I think, because I think Jumbo. Yes, that's my character's name. Would know this, because of my background. So when we departed, when Campaign 2 party left for High Wall,
yes,
there was a big send-off.
Yep.
Is that going to happen for the Foresight?
So there's not any current plan, because the Foresight. What would Jumbo know? Oh, let me see.
I mean, I feel like this would be a public. Is there a public thing, or
so the public facing thing that Jumbo would absolutely know is that the Foresight is here under the pretense of celebrating the work of the Hall of Origination, because it's the newest invention from this incredible Hall of Artificers. It's showing off the might and power of the minds of Illyrians and the coming together of the mechanical and the magical in the most advanced version of that reality that the world has, not the world, because Noavia has similar powerful artifacts and constructions, but that Alyria has seen. And as far as Jumbo knows, there's no plan for the Foresight to go anywhere. Now, I will let Carrig, thinking about the Foresight, I'll let Carrig and Ramble make let's see, these would be knowledge checks.
Okay.
Just to see if you've come across anything that... Because the public facing element of the Foresight is that it's kind of like when they station a battleship or they station a ship in the harbor of a city, right? Maybe it's ready to travel anywhere, but there's no it's not been sent off yet. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm gonna use a hope.
Can I spend a hope?
You may, you can spend hopes. What experience are you using, Ramble?
Information broker.
Okay, so Carrig.
Tell me a secret.
Tell me a secret. Okay, yeah. Those both fit. So you guys can
What
spend
do
hopes. And
Do you reroll with hope?
nope, it's just a 2d12, and then you add your knowledge, and then the +2 from your experience.
Okay.
One of my experiences is missing.
14 on a hope.
A 14 on hope. Okay. It says QW.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. A 9 with
9 with I almost said despair. Jesus Christ, with the other thing.
Okay, but you get your hope back from spending it. Yeah. You can check the editing history and see what that is supposed to be, Quinn. Okay. Carrick, Ramble, you haven't connected with anything that would give you any kind of information.
No.
Carrick, one day, probably. So the foresight's been in the sky for 4 days. And it appeared about 2 weeks after the Frontier set sail for Highwall in the sky. And the crew of that vessel, which is about 500 soldiers, are constantly coming down for shore leave, when they're not on duty. And you were shining shoes. Bless you. You were shining shoes in the vicinity of one of them, and you have the distinct ability to look unassuming when you need to. And when this individual was sitting in your booth getting their shoe shined, they got a call on their sending stone. So you could only hear one half of their conversation. And you could tell that this individual was higher ranking, probably not the captain of the ship, but maybe a rung or two below them. And the quality of the conversation, you could tell that they were talking about navigational charts. They were talking about waiting for an object or an item to key in the coordinates. And that they were on the ready to transport at any time. But that it wasn't public knowledge, right? They weren't announcing this or anything, but you kind of overheard part of that conversation.
I have it on good authority that the Foresight is waiting on a call, so to speak. They could leave tomorrow. They could leave 2-3 weeks from now.
What doesn't make sense to me is that if they have 45 barrels of Zephrysite, why did they only use one crystal?
Well, if I'm trying to kill a single person, empowering a gun with Zephrysite might make that more deadly, especially if that person is guarded by the type of bodyguards that she has. Clearly it didn't work.
Not wanted to over-egg their pudding.
But it is quite interesting. Why kill?
But it means they're saving it for something.
Yes.
That's Simona Ling was not the biggest move.
Yes. So we're killing people with power and authority, which is right in the Ring of Blades playbook, also in Vox Veritas. Simona Ling, the Hall of Voices, she's the Shadow Minister. She's the second highest rating member. If you understand how the Parliament works, it's quite odd, but we have your Prime Minister, Iris Corday, and then there's a shadow government, the opposition party, as it were, who behaves and acts as if they were the government as well. So every time Iris Corday presents an argument, they present the opposite argument, typically.
Do you think these are the same people who killed the head of the church?
Now that is a mystery that is yet to be solved. The individual who killed the head of the church recently outed as being dangerous. There has been a lot of talk about her work 10 years or so ago. Perhaps she'd sided with a certain wizard. But she was able to save face. There wasn't enough evidence brought against her. She maintained her role and her responsibilities in certain circles that she traveled in. But then an interesting missive from Broadfield, from a friend of the Riskbreakers, let us know that this individual was perhaps quite dangerous and should be looked out for. An investigation was launched at her abode within the Violet Conclave. And we saw for the first time in history since Volmir Rylis that when Archon of the Violet Conclave, Tyril Dimwalla, was brought low. She escaped from the authorities at that time, and the last that anyone saw of her, she was standing on a rooftop holding a gun and shooting at a priest. The Riskbreakers followed her, and she vanished into... We're not quite certain. She went into the Deepwood, and we haven't seen her since.
What's the I'm just asking.
And now Rob is thinking to when the flashback for getting shot down in the forest.
Oh, to Abel getting shut down.
I can't believe Margin killed this bitch, guys.
She was very slippery in all of campaign 1, and so she's still perceived to be very slippery.
I gave her a chance, and I fucked myself for campaign 2 like this.
But yeah, if for you all as players, the only description that you saw of the person who killed the leader of the church at the beginning was like the black braids blowing in the wind before she vanished from the sky. Yeah. And so like, but she was followed by Riskbreakers, and she was hunted by Riskbreakers, and they chased her all the way to the Deepwood, and she went into the Deepwood. They followed her, but then she was gone. They don't know where she went. She like went under.
Oh my fucking god, if Terrell can wallow into the Feywild, you guys, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash the fuck out, dude.
Yep.
Josh, what would I know about like upcoming community events? Or,
sure.
Like...
Oh, absolutely. All of you would probably be quite aware of upcoming community events because there's been the airwaves, like the radio airwaves, posters plastered all over the city that for the first time since the previous leader of the church was killed, the church has elected a new leader. His name is Horatio Algier. And he has been invited I know, he's making it come up. Horatio Algier has been invited to speak at the floor of the Hall of Voices at the dawn session, which is when they kick off the parliamentary season. They have what they call a dawn session. So as the sun rises on the Hall of Voices, they kick off this session, and that's the session for the year, and that's tomorrow morning. And Horatio Algier is leading a prayer, giving a speech at the Hall of Voices. And it's this big event. It's going to be the first public event that is broadcast over the Sending Stone airwaves. So for the first time in Illyrian history, anyone in Alyria or Anarvir, where the Sending Stones are kind of catching on, are going to be able to hear the speech, are going to be able to hear the opening remarks from Idris Corday, are going to see what the government looks like in action. So it's like this like big moment where the government is like coming out and like revealing itself to the people of like, this is what we look like. This is how we work.
Oh my God, guys, this is their Franz Ferdinand. Holy shit. Josh, sorry, yes. I keep having to ask these things.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay. Could I also connect another group that I know exists in this game, and I think Jumbo would be able to connect this? The no god, the super anti-god.
Okay,
group.
so the apostates. So the apostate. So do you ask Soren this question, or is this for Jumbo?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Soren will say, "Oh, the apostates. For a long time, we called the heretics, and Simona was their leader. Kept in the darkness for the most part. Worked very closely with the rogues. They're quite a humanitarian group. They provide care for the sick in places where they think the church does not do enough. And I think that is probably how she became elected to her position. She was tied for a time with Vox Populi, and as far as I know, is no friend to Vox Verite, as they've gained as much legitimacy as their former group has. So I would not put it out of the question that the apostates are involved, but it would be interesting. Why would they target the leader of the apostates? I'm not sure if they're targeting her for her beliefs or just for her position of power.
So it's definitely going to happen at the Hall of Voices during the dawn meeting, huh?
Well, if I wanted to announce my presence to the world in a way that Vox Verite has not been able to yet, I can't think of a more explosive way to do it.
Literally or figuratively, or both.
Does it matter?
So, okay. Can you, Mr. Nerida, can you role play for a second? If you, being as smart as you are, but like if you were evil,
big stretch.
if you were going to get 45 barrels of Zephyrsite close enough to the Hall of Voices to pull this off, whatever spell that is, where would they be and how would you do that?
So, an interesting thing about the Hall of Voices. I'm not sure that everyone knows its full layout. It was a building that only appeared here 10 years ago or so. They're still quite unsure where its origins were. There was a mummy present within it that was taken care of and defeated, and then the building was repurposed for the hall. But as it was the magical layer of some extra dimensional being, they're constantly discovering new chambers within there. I would hate to imagine the random janitorial staff that cleaned the wrong wall and opened the wrong door and found a spot that no one is quite unsure of. If I were evil, if I had threatened once to burn down an entire town simply because they did not pay their taxes to my master, what would I do? I would do exactly what Simona Ling has warned us about. I would find the poorest paid member of the staff at the Hall of Voices who has the right key, and I would be their friend. But 45 Zephyrsite. You don't need a big spell to make that dangerous. A small one will do.
Could even just be light.
It does need magic. Quite uncertain what it is necessarily. Some call it the lifeblood of the planet, which I think is a little extreme. Some call it a gift from the gods, which is probably more accurate. But it does need a spark. It needs input of some kind of arcana.
Just thinking of someone casting a fireball through 25 barrels of Zephyrite, just how big an explosion that would be.
I think to take out the capital.
Yes,
So
a fireball
like-
or a fire.
Like
Yeah.
the city.
If you are aware of magic, Philip, which I believe that with your family history you probably quite are, a fireball would be excessive. You could do a simple...
Depends on how big of a statement you wanted to make and how much you cared about whether you made it through or not.
With those barrels...
People around to hear.
Yeah, with those barrels, the smallest spark of magic would be all it would take.
So a spellcaster of some sort involved, at the least.
Perhaps.
But it doesn't even have to be that good.
Someone
of a
could read a scroll.
one.
It doesn't have to be a spellcaster.
This is one of those moments. We're going to do a group check. All of you have been exposed to all of the hints and mysteries that I've put forth so far up until this point. If you do not make a connection here, this will be like one of those moments where there's no consequence, even if you fail. But you will not get the piece of evidence unless you pass. And that's okay, because you can still solve the mystery even without it. So this is, I'll let you know that this is going to be a knowledge check because it's based on recall. You can choose one person to make the roll. I think that Rob has the highest knowledge if you want Philip to make the roll. And the way this works is that all of you make knowledge checks, and there's a DC for every person who beats the DC. Then Rob will get to add a +1 to his roll on top of what he already adds. For everyone who fails the DC, Rob will lose -1 for that. So all of you can make knowledge checks. You roll your 2d12 and add your knowledge to it. And then we'll go around and I'll get your numbers. This is not a fear or hope moment, so you won't gain or lose fear here. It's just the 2d12 check.
I can't use information broker for experience.
So in this moment, I would say that experience doesn't, because it's not. This will not be information that has been given to you. Yeah.
So photographic memory would not work here?
Photographic memory would absolutely apply. You can burn a hope and add a +2 to that roll.
Okay.
Does anybody else want to have an experience they think might apply? Because this is something that you all would have noticed.
Can I use Tell Me a Secret?
Tell Me a Secret would not be, because that's convincing someone to give you a secret, I think.
That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Maybe storyteller. Maybe I have a good.
No, that one wouldn't. But no clue left behind would absolutely apply. Yeah.
So I gotta burn a hope. I had more hope than this. It's fine. No, I didn't. Never mind.
No, you spent hope. Okay. Jumbo, what was your knowledge check with your +2?
I got a 19.
A 19. So that's one success. So you can add that's +1, Rob, to your roll. Quinn. Oh, we're rolling now.
He's rolling. Live roll.
You're adding +4 to this, Quinn. Or no, you're adding +3 to this.
+3?
Yeah.
A 26.
That's another
Holy
+1.
shit.
So that's +2 so far, Philip. Ramble.
I got 3.
Okay, that's a -1. So we're back to +1.
Yep.
And Carrig.
I got 13.
A 13. That is a -1. So +0, wash across the board, but that's okay. Philip is adding +2 to this roll for his knowledge.
Got this, Philip.
Yeah, neither of your experiences apply here,
Grow
Philip. So,
up.
yeah.
I got a 12 and a 5 +2.
That's good. That's good.
That's a 19, which is a success. So Philip,
Yay!
like all of you are kind of talking about your night. You're trying to put together the pieces of information. You're trying to find like this conversation around the Zephyrite and a spell, and we have to look for a spellcaster and all of these little things. And it's something that narrative finally said that clicks in your head. where he said, like, to you specifically, like you said, oh, it's a fireball. And he said, I would just take a firebolt, which is, Philip knows, like, Philip's family, while not part of the Violet Conclave, has been studying enough magic throughout their history that there's, like, small-time magicians.
Rich dabble in magic.
Yeah, the rich dabble in magic, just like, the alchemists or whatever, right? And when he says firebolt, you go, you think back through your evening, the sound of rain, standing over a dead body, and it's dark. And you look up at that light, and that light should have been on, but it wasn't because there was a coin missing. And the whole purpose of that coin is to constantly cast the firebolt cantrip to create an ever-burning firelight that lights up the Iron Mount.
The coin.
Shut up.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, was anyone gonna fucking tell me about the coin?
I told you about the coin, but it was really bad in the notes. So
That's okay.
I think it was in the notes, but it was very bad.
it was, but it was very poorly explained in the notes. So
It's okay. It's okay. I don't know if I would have pieced it together anyway, but
Okay,
I like
so
to think I could have.
Okay, so we're good and truly fucked here.
could be anyone.
So the coin that was missing from the light, from where the body got kicked over the side, that continually casts firebolt.
Oh, it does. That is what that coin does. I forgot.
So if you put that in the barrel,
Oh my god. Bramble, why did you not tell me that?
Shut up.
Why
are you calling Soren? Why are you calling Soren Mister? I'm like twisting your arm.
I'm about to. I pick you up by the scruff.
Yep. I'm like, for God's sake, smoke a fucking cigarette.
No, I don't do that. It's painful for my asthma.
We're like just whisper arguing to each other.
and you realize that as you stop, you look over and just everybody is just doing that dog head kind of turn.
Like one of those magical threads behind Soren's head is just like vibrating.
Just some employer-employee conflict here. Don't mind.
Right. I drop you really hard, and I go, just two newly met strangers having a professional disputes.
There's not a single one of you that do not have the right kind of background to know that Jumbo and Rambo clearly know each other.
I take it. When you say that, I take the cigarette and I light it and I stand to the side.
Soren, like the moment you guys mentioned that, he kind of snaps his finger and his aide appears out of the shadows. Can you tell my friends again why the icebox is out of work? And the aide kind of looks at him odd, and he says, whatever the cantrip coin was gone this morning when we arrived. Right. And what exactly does that do? Well, it keeps it cold. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not a magician. Right. Thank you. Another round of drinks for everyone, please. And the aide disappears to go get more drinks.
I look at the title of this miniseries.
The Frostfire plot.
The Frostfire plot, and then I break something.
And then he it looks like he's getting ready to say something to you all for a moment, and then he stands up. I would normally have my aides take care of this, but I think that you may be the group to do it since you have the pieces put together. Those two are not welcome here. And you see he's like looking across the bar where two individuals have walked in and sat down at the bar and are ordering drinks. One's just in a simple like brown cloak, and the other is like dressed in normal commoner's garbs.
How would you like to rid of them?
Well,
are you looking for You said we couldn't fight, but are you?
No, yes. Rule number 3, I think, is no fighting in Club Eurydice. But a conversation may be all it takes. You're quite persuasive.
We need information before we need fist in face.
That's how I get information.
No, you're a reporter. That's not how you get information.
I've got extreme methods.
I
goes bouncing down.
Okay. Yeah, so Philip goes down the stairs. Who would be the last person to leave this room with Soren?
Me, I am pouting, and I don't want to be next to Ramble right now. I'm mad.
Okay.
Before I leave Soren, I do give him my business card, and then I leave.
Okay.
The real business card.
Yes, absolutely. He kind of looks at it and he goes, "Odd that you would think I need this to know who you are, but I'll hold on to it."
Just just keep it in mind if you need assistance.
I will say that perhaps the Elven Bread magazine should clean up its act a little before it wants to march in the same circles as the rogues.
It's trying its best, and I'll exit. And I look at Jumbo as I go, and I'm like, I get close to it and I go, "Don't fucking embarrass me," and I go down.
Shut up!
Jumbo, Carrig, is there anything in particular, Carrig, that you want to ask Soren before you go?
I'm just curious, on a professional standpoint, from one information broker to another, at what point did you realize we were in your establishment?
Who ran my establishment?
Yeah.
When I built it.
When we were in your establishment.
Oh, when you were in my establishment. Would the corner outside surprise you?
Nope. No, that seems about right for what I've seen.
Something, I'm not sure how far you would like to go in your current state. But when you get close enough to certain information, it's important to remember that there is nothing that people will kill for more than the truth, other than lies. And you traffic in both.
It's true.
You might want someone to keep an eye on your back. But there's always space in our organization for somebody who's willing to shine shoes.
I think we'll be in touch.
And as Carrig leaves, he kind of stands up, and he's tall. He's like 6'2", but he's not as tall as you, Jumbo. And he stands next to you for a moment, and he says, "You can say, on the authority of Iris Corday, that information was gleaned about the work of the rogues at the docks, and that the Undersecretary for Transportation has been smuggling goods into the city. She'll let you go, I promise." And then he sits back down. Which tells Jumbo all that he needs to know is that Soren Nerida works directly with and for Iris Corday.
Yeah. Yep. And Jumbo nods, and you can see stars in his eyes at this information, because he's like, wow, two cool people work together. And then he does the most awkward little bow, and he goes, Thank you so much, Mr. Nerida. This has been very helpful.
He flips a chip your way, and it is a golden Club Eurydice chip.
Can I try to catch it?
You may try to catch it. This is probably not in Jumbo's. Like, you can make an agility check. Actually, this would be a finesse check.
Negative.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
no,
that's
it would definitely be agility. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a -1.
However, you can when you make an agility roll, if you don't like it, you can mark a stress to re-roll your hope die.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't think that's that serious, but
depending on how cool you
I got a 16 for hope.
16 for hope. Okay, good. Yeah, take a hope.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, 15. I forgot to take
the
away
-1. Yeah. Okay. No, that's good enough. You can mark a hope, and you snatch the coin out of the air. And
I know that was so fucking sick. So I go like.
He smiles and then kind of like disappears back into the shadows, and you can tell like the moment he sits down, like all of those tethers light up behind him, and he's listening. But you all make your way down towards the bar. The moment you step out of the VIP lounge, all of that sound from the bar kind of picks back up, the band playing. There's now, like, in addition to the band on stage, there's now a dance act happening. There's like 3 individuals, like burlesque style dress, performing to this kind of sultry jazz mix. The lights in the whole chamber have kind of gone like this reddish blue to like match the tone of what's happening there, and the crowd is kind of gathered in that vicinity to like watch. It's like an evening show or something that's happening. And in that, the 2 individuals sitting at the bar are using like that kind of as a moment to be having a conversation with each other when there's not tons of watching eyes on them. As you approach,
Philip was bouncing up right in between the 2 of them.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if I can accidentally knock over their drinks.
Okay. I don't think that's difficult for Philip to do.
I want to order something from the bartender.
Oh, yeah.
It's just right in between them.
I don't think so. I'll give you an option here. I don't think that it would require a roll for you to do that and accomplish your task. However, if you would like to make it look like a complete accident versus purposeful, you can make a presence check.
What do you think, gang?
No fights.
Here's the thing. I'm rolling up like behind you after my little thing, and I just sit further down the bar, and I'm just itching for this to go wrong. So I'm not supporting you in any way. I want this to go wrong, and I'm drinking a beer. So you get no help from me.
Okay. Let me roll a d20. If it's high, I try and make it look like an accident. And that's an 18. So yeah, I try and make it look like an accident.
Okay.
Yeah, you're smarter than that.
Okay, so go ahead and make a presence check. And I think you could argue that your Aren't I Adorable applies.
Yeah.
If you want to burn your last hope for that.
Well, I have the option of, as an adept, to, when you utilize an experience, you can mark a stress instead of spending a hope and double the experience modifier for the roll.
Wait, is that? I think that's a class feature because you're still.
Oh, that's right. It's not. I don't have it yet.
Yep.
Never mind.
That's okay. I was looking at your community. I was looking at your community skill to see if we could potentially use that, but in this situation, I don't think your community skill would work. So,
I'll spend the hope. And what am I doing?
Presence. So it's just a straight roll, but you're adding the +2 from your Aren't I Adorable.
Oh, that's a 7 with fear.
Oh, a 7 with fear. Did you add your +2 to it?
Okay. No, that would be a 9.
A
with
9
fear.
with fear. Okay, cool. So
I would love for you to mess this up, please.
Contested against their check. Okay. So what does it look like as Ribbit hits the bar and their drinks scatter? How do you approach this? Because you failed. So what does it look like for you?
Basically, I just come plowing in between them and like pop up on the bar and spin around. So I'm sitting on the bar looking at them.
So like the moment you kind of do that, like the drinks go scattering, like one of them like pours out on their lap. He like stands up, and the moment he stands up, like he's like as tall as you, with you sitting on the bar. So he's just slightly shorter than Jumbo. He's like probably like 6'6" or so, and he's like this big kind of like hulking. You think maybe like half Goliath, half giant type individual, and he kind of like brushes starts brushing the mess off of his lap, and then
What you talking about?
Bold of you to think that I would tell you, rabbit.
Look to the other guy. What are you talking about?
The other guy kind of like they look at each other, and then you can see he glances up at the wall behind you, and Ramble, you're watching this very closely. He's looking at the rules, and the third rule says no fights in the bar.
I'm looking at it too, and I'm like, I hate this.
And he grabs a friend and kind of lifts him up off of the seat, and he turns to start walking away. But in the process of doing that, you feel let me see. Yeah, you feel like a snick on your leg, Philip, on the bar, as he had a hidden knife, and he strikes your leg with it. Not enough to like stab into you, but you can feel a cut on your leg, and you take it's 1 point of damage. So I think this is a minor for you. Well, that is absolutely a minor for you. But I need you to roll let's see, this is going to be, the one thing that this system is missing is Constitution saving throws. We'll say this is going to be strength because it's a strength of your mind. Yeah. A strength. And you don't, this is a reaction roll, so you can't use an experience, but you also don't gain or lose fear, or you don't gain hope or lose if I give fear from this.
15 with fear.
Okay. So as he turns to leave and his friend is going with him, you feel for a moment as the dagger just nicks you and he turns to walk away that a very powerful poison was just shunted from your body by the fact that you are a poison dart frog, and your body is able to like deal with that poison. But he just tried to hit you with something that probably wouldn't have killed you here, but long enough for you to walk out of this bar and your heart stops somewhere on the way home.
I pop him in the back of the head with my tongue.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
No fighting in the bar!
I'm not fighting. I'm just.
What?
Yeah, I've been observing this from the upper balcony.
Okay.
Directly opposite the bachelorette party.
Yes, which they're over in the corner. Yeah.
I'm gonna as soon as I see the blade come out.
So you probably wouldn't have because it's a hidden blade in his corner. Yeah.
Okay.
It would have been very like let me see what your just your base. Yeah, it would be really difficult because like from that angle and where you were, it's like a hidden blade in his wrist, right? Like, and it just like snipped out as he was standing up.
Okay, so 1 second later, when I see him pop him in the back of the head with his tongue,
yeah,
I would like to walk into the bachelorette party, find the turtle from earlier, who I assume is even more shit-faced now, and I'm gonna tell her, look, you are an excellent friend to the bride-to-be, and I just wanted to let you know that you should probably keep her away from the two gentlemen downstairs because they said that she's ugly and fat, and I don't need her hearing that tonight.
Okay. All right. Philip, what was your attack roll?
An 18 with hope.
18 with hope. Okay. That hits. And so go ahead and I think it's
1d12.
1d12 damage.
8.
That is that's a major, so he marks 2 HP. All right. And like as it hits him, he kind of whips around and like stands at his full height and looks at you. And then like he waits for a moment. And then he
Your
looks.
poison's not going to work on me.
He looks around at the guards who aren't doing anything. And he says, and he kind of leans in. Someone's made friends with the patron, I see. Well, why don't I take you for a drink, young one? And does 18 hits you. He kind of puts his arm around your shoulder like he's like your friend, and you feel like the entire strength of this big hulking half giant like clutch you. And then he kind of like lifts you up and starts to carry you to the end of the bar to an exit door. All of you are now seeing this happen. Yeah.
Can I leap over the banister at this? Like jump the floor?
Yeah.
Okay. And I would like to like try to like run up like in front of the door so they don't get out the door, and just kind of like do like I think my instinct is to do this, and then I'm like, nope, big intimidating, and I would like to do like a I'm very big, be scared of me, like present check.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a presence check for you. Quinn, you would notice this naturally, like as they're getting up to move, that the seedy individual, like the one with the cloak with the hood up, two things that Quinn would notice immediately. One, that cloak looks very similar to the cloak that the guy was wearing tonight who tried to kill Simona Ling. It's not the same guy, but the cloak is like a similar, and it has the same pin marking on it. And you catch just in the light, like playing across the floor, there's just a shimmer of dust on his boot, but dust shouldn't shimmer.
Yes.
Unless it's left for sight.
Yeah. But okay, Jumbo, what was your presence check?
Wouldn't it have been cool if I remembered to roll it?
That's okay. Yeah, you can roll it there.
Get
Yeah.
distracted.
And I would say that your experienced gentle giant does not apply in this situation.
Well, I'm trying very hard, so think about that, baby.
The second word there is giant.
That's true.
I'm watching you with disappointment in my eyes, unless you do this well.
Yeah, I do, bitch. I rolled 2 11s.
That's a critical success. Awesome.
Fucking
Pride
think
in my
about
eyes.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Pride in my eyes.
so you get a hope back, or you get I marked a hope gone. You gain a hope, and you would clear a stress if you had any stress, but you don't. And then, and so like this hulking figure kind of stops, and he looks at you, and he says, "There's more than one way out of this building."
Let me give you my autograph. And I take out my quill and I stab him in the neck.
Oh my God.
Philip! He's unhinged.
And I have a quill pen. It is not a weapon.
You're using it as a weapon. That's
Philip, you're literally gonna get us killed.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Philip, they're probably leveled characters. What are you doing?
He literally just says, like, all right, we could just step outside and have this conversation. Like in the neck. What was this?
Well, I write my name on his neck with
I
sharp
rolled
pen.
a critical and you won't even let me do anything.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jace.
No, do your
I
quill.
can take it back.
This is what Philip would do.
This is
and
what
it's
Philip would
incredible.
do. Philip is
I can be mad at
unhinged.
Philip, but this is what Philip would
He's
do.
a chaotic, repressed government worker rich boy.
11 with hope.
Okay, so you go to like stab him, and the quill like hits the side of his neck, and you just feel like if a human being's muscles could be made of like stone, right? Like you just like hit his trap, and it like the tip of your quill like bends a little bit, and you are not able to pierce through, and he just kind of squeezes you a little tighter and pulls you a little closer. Your friend and I are having a conversation. Hold on a second. If you'd like to move, big cat, we could step outside.
Josh, where's the other one while this is happening?
Kind of like
This is
standing
fine.
behind, like in his shadow.
With
like,
him still? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so Quinn will just scurry around a little halfling, and without making eye contact, without acknowledging anyone. Oh, Philip, what are you doing, man? The owner of the bar wants to see you. He told you, go to the bathroom, come right back. Come on. I'll take Philip's hand. And excuse me, this is very important. We gotta get this business deal done. We gotta get the papers signed. Come on, let's go. And I just start trying to
He's currently grasped
get him out of his grasp
in the
and
arms.
escort him.
Okay. Like right now, this guy is like looking at Jumbo and saying like, if you want to have this, we can take this conversation outside. It's going to be a presence.
Can my presence roll that has not happened? And when it was a critical, and I really love for that to go off. Can that be like, me looking at him and like as Quinn's like doing this bit and being like, drop the kid, come at me.
Okay.
And I like walk out and fully expect him to follow me.
Okay. Yeah. Like
sick.
the moment you kind of do that, and Quinn's kind of doing your thing, he knows that all of you are together, right? And so he just kind of like takes Philip and like tosses him with one arm into Quinn's grasp. And then he and the littler guy walk out into the alleyway. In Jumbo, you find yourself in a tall alley behind the building. It's like the 3-story building. And then there's like a wall behind it. And then this narrow alleyway that kind of runs from one place to another. There's like a small like water faucet that's pouring out from one place where people could come like wash things, and then it's pouring into the streets here. And you can just like the moment you step outside, like the cool night air kind of hits you, the sound of the hustle and bustle of the theater district at either end of the alleyway, but you know that you're in a very quiet space. And he kind of steps out. Your friend made himself quite obvious. But
I met him tonight. I cannot take accountability for his actions.
and there's a reason that we're here.
Sure,
a reason
it's,
that you're here, I think.
Yep.
You saved us the time and effort of following you out upon your exit. Do you think that they like you enough that they're going to come join you out here before we kill you?
You're not going to kill me.
What makes you so sure?
At that point, we combusting.
I do not do that. I rolled 18 agility to go to a different exit to flank around them.
Absolutely. Sure. So I think with that moment, like, I think the most story beat moment would be the moment he says, "What makes you so sure?" Ramble, what do you do?
Oh, yeah. If I'm already there, so I like went off to I was like, I've been waiting for this. I've got a briefcase. I like click the briefcase open and it's got my crowbar in it. And I'm like, it's beautiful. And then I'm like, wind up, bonk. Okay,
so like charging, like Jumbo, the charging out of the corner, you see the small tuxedo cat.
Can I get a line out? Can I get a line out right before he like smacks down?
Yeah, roll your attack, Ramble. Yep.
And go, because I'm not the criminal.
All right, Ramble,
I'm gonna use pick on someone your own size as well.
Okay, that works for this one. Yep.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's 17 to hit.
With hope or fear?
With hope.
With hope. Awesome. Yeah, so you gain a hope.
Yep.
And go ahead and roll your damage with your crowbar. That's 1d6 plus 2.
I got max 8.
8 points of damage. That is
Holy
major.
shit.
That's major for him. So that's
wow. You do love me. Wow.
I do truly, unfortunately, love so much.
So as like the crowbar slams into the side of his face, this guy kind of like tumbles to the side, and he was blocking your view of the door, Jumbo. But the moment like he moved to the side, you see Philip, Kerrigan, Quinn coming out of the door as well. The spotlight is still all on you because that was a success. So who would like to go next?
Y'all saw me clock that fucking man with the crowbar.
Oh,
are they getting their turn right now?
Oh no, no.
Do I
Yeah,
get to do
so
something too?
yeah, so this is so battle as it goes. Right now the spotlight is on your side, right?
Okay.
And so like there's no initiative. You guys just kind of go. I can spend fear to make my guys go, but the moment one of you fails or rolls with fear, then it comes back. The spotlight moves to me.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. Okay. Can I on the one that he just conked, can I whip out my crossbow and try to pop off on him?
Absolutely. Go ahead and fire. You're rolling 2d12 plus 1 for your finesse.
Yeah, I've got my foot up on him to keep him in place while you shoot.
That is a 12 with hope.
A 12 with hope. That'll hit. You get a hope. And then go ahead and roll your damage. That's 1d4 plus 1.
Okay. That's a 5.
A 5. Okay.
Max damage too.
Max damage 5. Okay, that's 1. All right.
And then we high five.
Yeah. As the
Yeah,
arrow,
and then we high five over his body.
as the arrow kind of strikes into him, I'm going to go ahead and spend a fear to activate him, and he's going to like pull the arrow out of his out of his shoulder, and he is going to attempt. Because Ramble, you're right on him. He's going to attempt to stab you with the arrow.
Hit me with it.
That's 18.
I'm laughing so hard. There's like maniacal laughter.
That is 6 points of damage. So I think that goes into your major threshold. So you mark 2. And then I'm going to go ahead and spend another fear to activate the other dude. And he is going to, seeing the group coming at the back, he kind of looks at the hulking guy that's being surrounded, and he's just like, sorry about this, Bettis. And he's going to toss a smoke grenade to the ground, and it goes off in the area, and you just kind of see him scampering out of the vicinity.
Oof.
I give chase.
Okay, so Philip, it goes back to you guys. Go
Philip.
ahead and make this would be an agility check for sprinting, to kind of catch up with him.
Okay. What I'd like to do is, I'm going to chase after him, but I want to use my tongue to try and catch a leg. So not do damage to him, but just jerk his leg out from
I
underneath him.
felt in my soul the tongue was going to come out.
Oh God, where are you on stress?
Nasty tongue.
I shouldn't have any.
Every time you use your tongue,
stress.
every time you use a stress, it's a tongue. Sorry.
Yeah, I have.
Sorry. Every time you use your tongue, it's stress.
So I have 2 stress. I have 4 empty slots left.
Okay,
So
2
I can
stress. There you
spend
go.
it.
Yep, you can. Yep, you got that. Yep.
So you said agility?
Yep. Oh, but if you're going to use your tongue, so that moves it to close weapon range. Okay, so you won't need to use the agility. Just go ahead and make the tongue attack. So, which is still an agility check. Sorry. Yeah.
18 with hope.
18 with hope, that'll hit. And let's see if he can react to this. No. So the tongue wraps around his legs, and in the smoke that's billowing up around the chamber, you all just hear suddenly like a thud as this guy like clutters to the ground as Philip's tongue wraps around his ankle. Quinn, Carrig, are you doing anything in this moment?
At what point do my Valkyries descend like a vengeful horde from their room up on the back alley?
You're what?
Valkyries. Okay, let's see if they're coming out here yet. Say
What?
okay, with that roll, it's a countdown of 4.
Okay. I am going to ditch the apron and go dishevel myself once again.
Okay, so you're in the you're in the process of making yourself disheveled. Okay.
Because street Carrig would totally be in on this, but fancy Carrig not so much.
Absolutely. Quinn, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I guess I'll pull out a
Priorities.
little halfling dagger, and I'll take a shot at I want to take a shot at the cloaked guy.
Okay, through the smoke, it will be with disadvantage against the smoke guy. So you'd still roll your 2d12. You just subtract a d6 from it.
Gosh. Okay. Ooh. So wait, I gotta remember which one is my. Okay, wait. Which one's my hope and which one's my fear? I think this is my fear. Okay, so that's 20 with fear, and then a d6
minus a d6. Mm-hmm.
Is that a 2? So 18 with fear.
Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And the damage is the d4, right? Ooh. So 8 damage. It's a D4 plus 4.
That's the little guy's severe threshold, so that's 3 points of damage for him. Okay, but with the fear of the spotlight comes to me. The big guy is going to Rambo. You're still on him, and so Jumbo, what you watch happen is it just looks like this guy is like trying to push Rambo off of him. Like his massive paw like hits Rambo's chest. Rambo, what you feel is a dagger stick out right into your chest as he does that. Let's see. That is a 17 to hit.
Yikes.
And I need you to make a strength reaction check. You don't gain hope or fear in this moment, but you roll it, but just like it's a normal roll.
I thought it was a 2, but it was a 12. Thank God. What's 12? What's 12 plus 9? 12 with hope, baby.
12 with hope. Okay. That's against his strength. Let's
21.
See. Yeah, no. So like you get pushed off of him, but you don't like collapse to the ground. But the dagger hits you. You take 8 points of damage, which I think for you is a major damage. And you feel like this like pulse of poison kind of enter your system, and like for a moment you're like that's a full dose. There's no saving throw for it. You're kind of stumbling around. I was
like, is that all you got? Oh wait, that was a lot. Wait,
Yeah.
No. I don't want any more, actually.
And you are considered vulnerable right now, and which means that you have disadvantage on all of your attacks. The other guy on the ground, he's going to turn around. Like, is your tongue still wrapped around his feet or his ankles? Philip? Okay. I'm
reeling into him.
He holds up something in his left hand. And then takes another object and smacks them together in his palm. And you see like a cloud of dust rise out of his hand as this other thing hits. And the moment they hit together, this gout of flame shoots off across all 5 of you as it kind of shoots down the alley. It's also...
he's got the coin!
He doesn't have... you didn't see it's a coin. But he shoots it like it...
He also hit his guy.
It does hit his guy. So I need all of you to make agility checks. These are reaction rolls, so there's no hope or fear lost or gained here, and you cannot add your experience to the reaction roll.
I am not an agility guy. I'm just a little halfling.
Agility plus 1.
Please tell me a 16 does it, even though I'm on the ground.
Yeah, 16 is good.
Oh, thank fucking God.
We can also mark a stress to re-roll for our...
Yes, if for agility rolls...
Yeah, but I can only re-roll the hope, and my hope was the 12, so that wasn't going to do much, unfortunately.
That was a 9.
Okay, Philip, you take... did my volume go out? Can you all hear me?
No, yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. So, Philip, you take 9 points of damage as this fire blasts across you.
A 19 with the fear thing doesn't work, right? It doesn't matter here. 19.
No, reaction rolls, there's no gain or loss of fear. Okay, 19, that's a success, Quinn. So Ramble and Quinn, you take half. So that's 4 points of damage to each of you, which I think for both of you is a minor. Jumbo?
4 points?
That is an 18 for me.
An 18? Okay, good. You take 4 points of damage, which I think for you is a minor. And Carrick?
Mm-hmm.
I am going to, having finished, do you think I could dishevel myself properly in one turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Carrick's very good at doing
And
that.
you
Yeah.
finish up the flame,
Please
goes
enter
over and
the
finishes
fight.
the work.
Yeah. Comes
Josh,
out,
if
gets
it-
singed a little bit, and then I would like to yeet.
What was your agility roll?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Josh. Also very important. If it meets your damage threshold, is that when you mark a 1?
Let me see. So
Or if it's under it, do
so
not mark.
for you, so your minor threshold is 6. So anything that's 5 or lower is 1.
Okay.
I got
I
a
see what you're
14.
saying.
14. Yeah. So sorry, 6 is your major threshold. So anything
No,
that's
I get it.
6 or higher is a major, and then 12 or higher is severe. 14.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you take 4 damage, Carrick, which I think for you is a minor.
Yeah.
All right.
I look fucked up.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
He
Oh, no.
like so
I'm
the,
like singed and poisoned and on the ground, rolling around a little bit with my
Oh,
crowbar.
I will have to say this, Ramble. Did you subtracted D6 from the roll?
For what roll?
The
one?
agility roll that you just did, because you
Do I have
are
to do for me too?
yeah, because you're poisoned. Mhm.
Damn.
That's unfortunate. So what if I rolled a 6? That's not good. Hey Josh, that's probably not good.
Okay. So we're not playing with like ultimate death, right? We're playing
No.
with scene death.
Yep.
In this particular campaign.
Oh yeah, I'm out of that.
Like in an actual campaign, this would be death, right? So
the
in this
fire
moment,
hit-
Ramble, there's a couple
Yes.
things that you can do, right? So when you get to the point where you are dead, right, you have a couple options. You can, let me find it really quick.
That's when my HP is tapped, right?
Yeah.
If I fail
Scout,
that.
come
Could
comfort
they
me
use an
right
armor
now.
slot to knock one of those points off?
You could use an armor slot to reduce it to a major, but I think for
If
you,
I
because
I-
it was a minor and it went up to a major. No, it was a minor. It went up to major. So you could use an armor slot, and that would reduce the damage by 1.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. Yeah. And so in the moment of like death, you have, you can go out in a blaze of glory, which gives you an automatic critical success on an option of like on something of your choice that you do. You can try to fight it, which requires a roll. And if you fail the roll, then you would be out. And then I'll have to look up the third option.
He fights it. I mean, that's
Yeah, but you're good because if you use your armor slot, then that'll reduce it back to a minor, so it's only 1 point.
okay. So then I still have 1.
You still have 1, yep.
HP left.
All right, yeah, but the spotlight moves back to you.
When the fire hit me, I was like, "This suit's a rental." No,
Yep.
it still has attacks.
Yep. The spotlight moves back to you all. What would you like to do?
I want to see Jumbo fuck somebody up.
Well,
Sure.
you heard what I said, and you've seen the weapon that I pulled out. So maybe
Jumbo's the one that fucks someone up.
you think Jumbo's the fighter. But Jumbo is so unbelievably fucking angry that I would like to Josh, on that ancestry skill, the second one,
Yes.
does that do damage or does it just make them
So I think because of the way it's written, it just makes them vulnerable. But that is that's an incredibly effective tactic. You just saw how it screwed over Ramble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would like to, I have the crossbow and I did well with that. And then in my fucking rage of what just happened, I come over and just fucking scratch the shit out of this guy with my claws.
Okay.
Bitch slap the hell out of him.
Yeah, and with that anger, I'll give you advantage on the roll. So it's an agility check, and you're adding so you have a D12, and you're adding, 2D12, and then you're adding a D6 to it.
I would like to re-roll one of my die.
Yep, you can within agility. Yep, you just spend, you just mark a stress. Yep. Mhm.
Right. And then
And I will say, if you'd like to in this moment, just as a reminder of one of the things that you all can do, Ramble, I'm looking at a full tapped out list of hope. If you would like to spend 3 hope, you can do a team up attack with Jumbo in this moment.
Yeah, I will. 1, 2, 3, gone.
Okay, cool. So the three of you, or the two of you, like.
Can this be okay? Wait, can this be like a practice fucking thing?
Absolutely. What's it look like?
Where so it's okay. So I'm on the like Ramble's on the ground, and I'm up here, and so I bitch slap him on the diagonal to send him right into Ramble's path.
Yeah.
So he's vulnerable, right as Ramble does what?
Yeah. I crowbar conk him right across the head, and he goes back into the middle of the diagonal and falls dead middle.
Fantastic. So the way this works, so you your agility roll with advantage, Jumbo. Ramble, you're making a strength roll with advantage, and then the way that
I rolled a nat, by the way.
you crit.
Nat on a 12, Josh.
The way that it works is you guys, like with a team up attack, you both roll, and the higher roll wins. And so I
can't beat that.
Yeah, it was a crit so it's a critical success. Clear. You don't have any stress, so you wouldn't clear it. Jumbo, you can clear a stress as well.
Wow.
Because you guys teamed up. And then it's a critical success. So describe the two of you, like, what does it look like to critically succeed this thing that you guys have practiced in back alleys since you were kids?
I think I call out like, I'm like panicking, and I go, all right, Bramble, and I like smack and like call out the move as we go.
Yep.
And
All right.
Yeah.
And then so in that moment, what we could kind of clarify here is, with the big guy taken out and the other guy wrapped up, it's not difficult for you all to finish the fight and bind these two. So what we get in this moment from like a movie, like plot line moment, is we're seeing the world from the big guy's eyes, and he's a shit-talking grin on his face as Jumbo suddenly like slaps him across the face. His eyes turn, see Ramble met with a crowbar, and the world goes dark. Who knows how long later, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, however long, we see like little fluttering of eyelids as he opens, and all 5 of you are standing around these 2 individuals tied up on the ground in the alleyway outside of this area. You now have captured these 2 individuals, one of which had a Zephrysite powder on his boot, and the other one that was just shit talking and mean.
You also see Ramble like ripped out of his shirt, like all the seams on his shirt like ripped. It's not like the shirt is off. Style? I don't think he ripped out of his shirt like that, but like every seam like ripped open.
Yeah.
He's so fucking strong.
Yeah. And the moment he comes to, the big guy goes, no, fuck. Look, I was just hired.
You said at the bar, what were you talking about?
Look, I was just.
It would have been easier if you just answered my question the first time.
I was just hired to help. And the other guy's like, shut up, man. Shut up. Stop talking. He's like, no, you fucking shut up.
Yeah, I put the crowbar against the little guy.
Yeah, he says, look, all I know is that I was hired by this bitch whose head was on fire to move barrels off of a ship. Things went a little dark.
No.
Someone got a little stab happy. And then they said that you all needed to be cleaned up. And the other guy's like, no, stop, shut up. She's gonna know if you tell her. And like, the other one's trying to get him to shut up.
Okay. I'll pull away the smaller one from the bigger one while you guys are talking. Don't worry, I'll handle this one. You just keep talking. I'm not good with that part anyway.
I'm gonna go listen in with Ramble.
I call after you and I go, all right, bruv. And then,
you got it, bro.
And then,
I mean, bro is in like a friendly term.
I think the jig is up at this point. Like, I think this one's.
Yeah, we didn't do a great job, and I still didn't drag him away.
Yeah.
It's an awesome combo.
No.
But the guy, he said, look, like, I'm very low on the totem pole of things.
Yeah. Who's the lady on fire?
I don't know her name. She works with some organization. Like, that guy will know more. He's Vox Verite. I'm just, like, muscle with the ring. I don't know much.
Where did you take the barrels to?
We delivered them to lower hill of the Palisades. And then they were taken from there by someone else. I don't know.
Who's the one who got stabbed, Abby?
He kind of like, he looks at the other guy. One of their lot.
Names, descriptions, anything?
He was sickly looking, tall. They were with this other bloke. Everyone was wearing cloaks, but this one didn't want to hide his smile. Too cute, it seems. They just contracted the Ring of Blades to carry out the muscle work. We work with that captain sometimes. We got the shipment brought in. I don't know anything else.
You say you took the coin?
The one with the smile.
Okay, two things. One, is any physical description of people ringing any bells for me?
So
with my photographic memory.
Yeah, so it's very because Vox Verite is such a group where they kind of keep things very under wraps.
Right.
The couple of times that Jumbo may have encountered them or come across them in a story or whatever that they were doing, I will let this go to a roll.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So for you, I think that this is a recall. This is a knowledge roll with your photographic memory to see if.
Okay.
Yeah, and I will make a wager with you because I think that Jumbo's photographic memory is good. I think that there's a.
I would hope that'd be crazy if it was a bad photographic memory.
There's a likelihood that you would have seen this person before, and I will let you. I will give you a success, but getting this information will have a consequence in the future. Or you can roll for it without consequence, but then there's a chance you won't get the information.
I'm rolling.
Okay, go ahead and roll. So you're adding +3 to the roll.
That is a 21.
Whoop, with hope or fear.
Sorry, hold on. Let me look. Hope, actually.
Hope. Okay, good. You gain a hope. So it's interesting to be an organization where they kind of stay in the shadows so much and are trying to manipulate things from the background. The one time that you've interacted with them, there seemed to be somebody who is very happy to appear as if he was like the face of something. And you didn't get his first name. Like they were kind of holding it back. But in the passing in which you were interacting with the individuals, they did call him Taldoran.
Okay.
Right. He plagues me. I made him and he plagues me. I made that character.
I'm like tearing up. I'm tearing up. I'm so bad. I'm like actually like crying with rage. Okay.
I was like, you know what? I want Juridan to have like this best friend character who things would sour with, and ever since then, he's a plague upon me.
Well, he and Esper win. The Fire Genasi are the leaders of Vox Verite.
I love him. I love him, and so it plagues me.
Yeah. So Talder
and me, Jumbo, I'm like, oh, wow, it's that guy I met one time and thought was pretty fun. So
He was
I
always
just
so
go,
nice to me. He kept winking at me.
yeah, it was weird. It was almost like he wanted to hit on me and everyone in the building.
Right.
So I'll just go, oh shit. Okay. You were with the leaders of Vox Veritine.
The bitch with the flaming hair, the bitch with the smile. Yeah.
Esper and Yorian.
I didn't know their names.
I think that's pretty embarrassing, man. You should ask people's names.
People put coin in my pocket. I go where they point.
Well, how'd that work out for you?
Well, if you let me go, it'll work out better than I thought.
We'll see. We'll see what the other guy says. Camper pants.
Camera pans over to Quinn and Philip.
By the way,
no,
Philip
it's
took
me.
his
Ramble and
dagger
Quinn,
thing.
yeah.
So
Philip took his dagger thing.
Oh, yeah. So it is
and he has strapped it on.
Yeah, it's a wrist dagger. For you,
okay,
Philip.
who's on my side?
Hold on a second, Ramble.
Me, Quinn and Philip, or is it me and?
I think it's just you and Quinn. So Philip, you can add to your inventory as a secondary weapon. It is an agility. No, it's a. Yeah, it's an agility-based weapon, and it does 2d6 plus 1 damage, and then they have to they roll, and if their roll is lower than a 15, they're poisoned.
Okay.
All right.
I take this guy over here.
Mm-hmm.
Quinn's with me.
Yeah.
We get a little bit farther away from the group so they can't necessarily hear us. I go, all right, well, let me show you how we actually do things around here. All right, Quinn, you hold him. I take out the brass knuckles. I put them on. I start shadow boxing around this guy, and I'm rolling intimidation, Josh, to get him to tell him what's what.
Okay, that's
I roll
presence.
Yeah. I roll with my community skill because I get advantage.
You do, yep.
So I got 16 plus 6 for a 21, and I rolled with fear, so you do get a fear.
Okay, so here's the fear. He was going to stay completely silent. Mm-hmm. This is a zealot.
Yep.
He is wearing the pin of Vox Verite.
Mm-hmm.
But you intimidate him enough.
Yep. I'm shadow boxing around him. It's crazy.
That just before the what comes after happens, mm-hmm. he says, "The sun has risen too long on those in power, and they'll only have one morning to speak. The voiceless clergy may be brought low for once and all." And he clasps his hands together, activating the 2 runes that were in his palm. And one arm begins to flash freeze up his body this way, and the other arm begins to flash burn up his body this way, and they meet in the middle, and he just evaporates in the space.
Yeah.
And the ropes fall away, and he is ash and crumbled ice on the ground before you. And that is where we'll pick up.
So
next
annoying.
Week.
I take the badge off him. They always speak in riddles. So stupid.
Yeah. And with that added thing, all of you gain a class.
Hey!
Yay!
I think it makes sense for Jumbo to gain Ranger.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think so.
Philip, Acolyte.
Or wizard.
Wizard, yeah. Ramble, one of the fighting classes. We can talk about it. Which one do you want?
Hell yeah.
Carrig, a rogue class probably makes the most sense for you. Quinn, I think a bard class makes the most sense for you.
Quinn Bard.
Because you use your words for everything. Incredible. Yeah, I will send you all a link to where I think the only one that was, I'll have to check to see on Demiplane which ones are there. So if you'd like to create a character sheet on Demiplane, you can for your character. so that you have all of your everything in one place and it's a space where you can see all your character sheets. Or like, I'm happy to meet with you guys in the afternoon one day this week to like put it together. But we'll go into the finale of this because I think you know where you're going. So we'll pick up in the morning hours with you all outside the Hall of Voices in the next session. But now with some added knowledge and skills under your belt.
I had no idea Philip was going to be such a chaos goblin.
Oh God.
He's terrible. What a little stinker.
I could have called that. I saw that
No
coming.
filter.
I love that for you, actually.
Yeah.
It was great because my character wanted to fight, so he was like, "Hell yeah, hell yeah!"
So funny.
I crossfed Kermit and Animal, basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
No,
That is very
clear.
funny.
Yeah.
You got Kermit, evil Kermit. Like that's you. It's the one where it's two evil Kermits. Yeah.
Have you guys guessed what's going on with Jumbo and Ramble?
Yeah.
They're siblings.
They are siblings.
Mhm.
They are siblings.
Correct.
Russian mafia, apparently.
Well,
No.
One of them might be.
Oh.
See, yeah, well, we'll just let it play out the next time if you.
we'll
have
let it play out.
Yeah.
I was so waiting to do the Russian accent. How
So
incredible!
sure.
I know. I cheered.
That was
I was so
Yeah,
excited.
that was a good
You're
little
welcome. You're
reveal
welcome.
there.
The accent reveals. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
almost like we were doing shitty versions of each other's accents.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I did not know it.
Yeah, it's almost like
Yeah.
I was like,
They're not. I mean, I think you can probably tell this from looking at them. They're not biologically related. Yeah,
No.
they are
Yeah.
brothers.
they're brothers.
They're the
What
best
is it about
Fidelia.
brothers? They are
Yeah,
the Deadly
they're-
Vestalius somehow before we even played that game.
Yeah.
Before we even played the game, we knew.
Yeah.